Hi. Hey.
Hello.
Okay, we're live. We're live on our fourth week of woso huddle, and we're going to be talking about a lot of women's soccer. There's a lot that happened in the last week. A lot of matches, a lot of heartbreaks. We'll get to that. And I'm Kavya, and we have Priyanka. She's from Fanspire, and we have Radha. She talks football. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for joining so regularly and time of yours. How was the last week for you guys? Let's start with Priyanka.
Yeah, last week was good. As you said, like a lot of matches to watch. Midweek we saw the Champions League, and obviously I was pretty bummed about Arsenal losing like that. But yeah, overall, some great football throughout the week. So that's it.
How's your week, Radha?
Week's been good. It's exam week in college, so I've been not sleeping too much, studying enough to then have time to watch the games. I've not been able to catch all of them, but yeah, it's been a wild week in terms of all the football.
Well, that's hectic if you have to study for your exams while you're
Yeah,
watching matches.
yeah, it is.
Well,
It is quite busy.
and not just one sport. You're following cricket, right?
Yeah, and you know what keeps happening? It keeps getting rained out, which is like a sign from God that like get back to studies. Because if it's on, then I can't really pay attention to anything else. But yeah, it got rained out today, so I sat and I worked again. So it's keeping me in check for sure.
Okay, that's cool. So we're missing our third guest today, and we'll just give a shout out to Mithila. She's at a wedding. We're missing her, and Radha might try to steal Hannah class
And the last,
because Mithila's not here.
Mm.
So okay, let's start with the more recent matches. Let's start with the fresh wounds on my heart. Let's start with the Arsenal Barcelona match. Uh, I mean, we had high hopes, but it's just really hard to beat Barcelona, right? Like 4-1 was brutal.
That exact statement is what Chelsea had a couple of months ago, right? We had high hopes, but it's just really hard to beat Barcelona, and nobody understood it back then. But I'm fine. Like finally, you guys get it. It's not that I mean we were really bad that day, but despite being as good as Arsenal is, that this is what's still happening. So it's clearly not us. It's actually Barcelona and just their dominance. It doesn't matter what kind of a team they face; they're like all out every time.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I didn't expect this from Barcelona. Like they just really just came in and absolutely thrashed, as you can say, Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like, why aren't English teams able to beat Barcelona?
It's a very good question. I mean, they've just honestly at one point I felt like they were coaching their coach. Like their coach is like, they've changed the coach right after the Champions League win, and this guy's just like on the sidelines. He's like, should I say anything? They're doing okay. Like, I should not disturb anything. And these like they're just fantastic. I mean, the like bilkul makhan ki tarah, like how they're passing, absolutely smooth. And the thing what I noticed again and again was they'd lose the ball, and within 10 seconds they'd have it back. So they would just chase and press and press and press. And Arsenal are a team that require a little bit of space to look around. Like Kim Little will take a second to look where she's gonna pass to, and they just didn't get any space. So Barcelona not only used their strengths well, but they also looked at Arsenal and said that how can we minimize what they're good at, and they did that consistently. Probably took their foot off the gas for a bit towards the end. Good set piece scored by Arsenal. At that that phase, at least there's a feeling that Barcelona didn't go home with a clean sheet. So we got a goal against them. Whatever psychological advantage that could potentially hold, there's no away goal system anymore. So yeah, but all in all, it's complete dominance.
Yeah. And Barcelona just had some such good passing, as you mentioned, and those through balls, they just did it over and over again, which led to the goals. Like, how can you, as a defense line, how can you just let those balls go, just one after the other? That was just absolutely beautiful passing, and those final through balls, brilliant.
Yeah, and I think real quick we saw Caroline Graham Hansen just like floor people. Like she would just cut and they would be lying on the floor behind her. And we had Leah Williamson, who's the like Leah Williamson, was just either like tripping on her own foot or like getting two-footed and falling. Like it was chaos. It was mayhem to the extent that Beth Mead would like just grab Mariona Caldente and like throw her to the side. Like I'm just sick of you. Like get out of the field for a bit. So I think 6 or 7 yellow cards. Jonas got a yellow card as well. So clearly, they encountered something they weren't expecting, and they kind of reacted in a flustered way, which they'll probably build on and learn from this. But yeah, I mean, I was not complaining to watch that. I was finally like a. We've been telling you all along, Barcelona actually that good. That's what happened.
Oh my God. It was, yeah, it was, I mean, that thing that Beth Me did, that was so funny.
That was the last resort. What to do?
Yeah, that was like she is so frustrated. She just grabs her and like pushes her away. So, Priyanka, what were they doing wrong most? Like, what would be one takeaway that Arsenal should take?
Actually before like we logged into the show, I actually like imagined you asking me this question, and I was like, she's gonna ask me what went wrong because this is like some standard question, and
Hmm.
I genuinely could not think of just one answer. I mean, I was trying to think of like maybe it was just the defense line making mistakes, but if you went to see, they weren't really pressing even in the midfield. They were allowing the balls to come through to their strikers, which just meant like overall something was lacking. And as we saw, like there was absolutely no attack. And from what we've seen Arsenal play so long, even in the league, we've just seen them attack. We've not really seen their defense. And today I think we just saw how it actually happened when they were supposed to defend. And so yeah, I think a lot of errors. And I think like strategy wise, I'm not too sure what else could they have done. Do you guys have any opinions on that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
even
think
I'm.
the
I mean,
only
yeah,
thing that worked out for them was the goalkeeping. I mean, she literally saved everything. I mean,
yeah,
she
saved a penalty as well.
yeah, saved
Yeah,
a penalty.
that was great.
I think Arsenal fans were just like praising her all the time. Like they probably thought it would have been so much more if she hadn't saved those goals.
Also, did you all see the amount of shots that Barcelona took? I think it was almost double of. It was like a double digit number. I'm not too sure. And Arsenal has like a single digit number of shots taken
They
in
had
that match.
Barcelona had 37 attempts, and the amount of shots they had, I think 18 plus or something like that. Like just crazy, crazy stuff.
Yeah, they had
Is
like
yeah.
14, 15 shots on target.
Mm. My God.
And then I think the first shot on target that we like Arsenal did was in the second half. I think like the
Yeah.
first half,
Yes.
the ball never reached.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so we have someone
37. Yeah. Oof.
76.
that was just brutal. I think I didn't tweet at all during the match. I was just watching
Mm.
in shock. Anyway, I think there's a lot to take back for the next match.
Yeah.
The next match is in December, I think. So
Okay.
yeah. And yeah, and then maybe we should talk about Radha's new tattoo on her forehead.
Punilla Hara like this. That was that was just I mean, honestly, I'm more sad than happy from that game because we gifted them 3 goals. I mean, like someone asked me before the game, like, what do you think is gonna happen? I'm new to this and all. So I said 3-1. Knowing our defense, we'll concede one, and knowing our attack, we'll score three. That's what I said. And our defense, like we just gifted them 3 goals in the sense that their finishes were really good. So Wolfsburg is a team that will finish if given the chance. And they couldn't create their own chances, but when given, like, Magda first time, Magda and AKB had miscommunication. Next time, AKB passed it to a no pass area, right? And it was just even the third goal. I think Jess got bodied off, and the goal was
Oh
open, and she
yeah.
scored. I was like, it's just like hysterically funny at this point. Like, I don't know if Emma Hayes was just scratching her head, but to get to 3-3, it's definitely a good confidence booster. Like 3 points versus 1 point is world of a difference. And yeah, Pernilla Harder versus Wolfsburg is like a love story. And hopefully in the second leg she gets a winner, not an equalizer. That'll be fun. But yeah, it was a very, very high intensity game.
Are you worried with the defense going into the next week with Juventus?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've been worried for the defense like before we started this season, and we somehow hung in there in the WSL. Obviously, not versus Arsenal. Clearly, it got exposed there. But that, I mean, I have no words, honestly. Like, at one extent, I want to say that they defended well, but then the other, because they didn't really concede Wolfsburg's chances. They blocked all of Wolfsburg's threats, but then they just gave it to Wolfsburg. Like, you're getting bored. Like, take one goal, and to do that is not ideal. And I'm sure Magda is very, very frustrated because she is the kind who just won't accept anything that's under what the potential of the team can be. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we sort things out. Emma Hayes also said that there's never been a game versus Wolfsburg where we dominated possession, had more chances, had 6 corners to their 0 corners, did everything right, ticked 3 boxes, and then they got 3 goals. And because we gifted them 3 goals, so she's also like very, very clueless or very stunned at least. And yeah, credit to Wolfsburg. Yeah, they finished their chances. They were good finishes, and yeah, they deserve the point there.
Yeah, Priyanka, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, it's sad to see, like the mistakes just cost them. Because I think, even when I play football and, make a really crucial mistake, I think it also plays on your mind when you go into the next games. And, I hope that doesn't kind of affect the players or, the team. So I think it does play a little bit of psychological effect. But yeah, apart from that, I think Radha's pretty much covered everything that there is to say about the
I think
match.
I mean I completely agree. It does, right? Because in the Champions League final, we had a freak own goal within the first 50 seconds, and that just kind of snowballed into 4 goals in 30 minutes. And to think that this is our next Champions League game after that game. Our last two Champions League games have not been great. We've conceded 7 goals, right? And you don't want to do that. The team that reaches a final doesn't want to be a team that concedes so much. And for some reason, all of us have just accepted the fact that clean sheets and Chelsea are like not a pair anymore, which is crazy to think that AKB had the Golden Glove and we had like this rock solid defense with Maren Mjelde on one side, and like everything was working out fine, and then suddenly Yona is on the bench and we've got a three at the back, and our wing backs are doing great. Like Guro was insane in the match. But then if you concede three, then Guro suddenly becomes a defender. And her attacking prowess is curtailed because she's cleaning up the loose balls, which is again frustrating for the player and for the people watching as well. And hopefully we kind of tighten up our defense because we have holes there, right? Like Millie Bright doesn't run really fast, or Jess Carter can't. She gave a back pass by Wolfsburg scored basically, so she's not able to really read how to pass accurately. And then Magda is like sort of trying to rally the troops, saying it's okay, you're fine, come back here, you're fine. And then she ended up having miscommunication with the AKB. So, and Anne Kattenberger herself had like a really poor pass for the second goal. So really, every one of them have made like errors that we can even recall the next day. Not like a big no, should not be happening. 1 out of 4, okay. 2 out of 4, fine. But 4 out of 4 is we should have lost that game basically. Panila Hada saved us somehow.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I mean, were you jumping when she scored?
Oh yes, I was. It was 2:30 a.m. I was sitting right here and watching it on my screen, and I screamed. I screamed so loud, and then I became silent to see if someone heard, just to hear if anyone's making any noise outside. But I mean, for sure, like I kept saying to myself, Vanilla Harder versus Wolfsburg, goal will come, goal will come, goal has to come, it will come, it will. Then 90 plus one, I'm like, what the hell? It's not coming at all. And then she did that, and I was like, yeah. And I mean, her celebration, she pushed Samko and she's went to the fan and she's like, for you.
Yeah,
And I love to see her fired up. It's too good.
yeah. So and you're also all fired up and
Oh
passionate
yeah,
about.
oh yeah, for sure.
Nice. Okay, and then I think apart from that, one big thing was Leo and Ada Hegerberg coming
Mm.
back. That was a really emotional moment. Did you watch the match?
I didn't watch
You,
it, but I just tuned in literally for the last 10 minutes. And she happened to be coming on the second I put the thing on. So I saw that. And obviously, 20 months being out, that's very long for an ACL as well. And she's lost what 2 years of her playing life. It's crazy. And it's good to see her back. Good to see her in good spirits as well. And yeah, hopefully she doesn't do too much damage versus big teams because she can. And yeah, I mean it's always good to see a player back. I saw Marin Mielder on the score on the game sheet, whatever team sheet, and I was like, I had tears in my eyes for that. I was like, Marin's come back. So yeah, it was nice to see.
yeah, and do you think Leon maybe like in the final four or final two this time?
Priyanka?
Oh yeah, I think they would. I mean, I've seen Lyon play over the years. Like I haven't followed them very closely, but yeah, I've seen the kind of players they have and the kind of team they have, and I won't be surprised if they go through again to the final. So,
Yeah. I likewise. I mean, I've someone was telling me that these Barcelona fans are like greatest team in the world, greatest Champions League team ever after winning one. And we're trying to like remind them that Lyons casually do it 5 times in a row, 7 times all time. Like it's nothing big for them. And they had an off season last time, but obviously they're a team that's gonna do everything to. I mean, they signed PSG's goalkeeper Endler, so they're like we mean business. They don't know what to do. Like if they don't qualify for the semifinals of the Champions League, they're like, yaar, hum Feb se May tak kare. What should we do? We don't know what to do. So they're gonna want to fill up that void and say that we're gonna play until the final game, and they're a team that can definitely do that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's predict who's going to be in the final four in UWCL.
Okay,
You want to start, Priyanka?
actually, rather go first. I'm still thinking about which team.
Barcelona, Chelsea, Lyon, Arsenal. Has to be.
Ooh.
I didn't want to say Arsenal, but I was thinking Bayern, and I was like, Bayern like drawing to Benfica is not acceptable. So gone. And Mithila's not here, so I can shit on Bayern. So Bayern are not making it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because she's
She rewatches this, then she's gonna be mad at me. But yeah, I don't think Bayern will make it.
and then you'll be like, okay, Bayern doesn't make it, then Hannah
Hannah
Glass.
Glass comes to Chelsea. That's my master plan all along, Kavya. You have to like manifest bad things for Bayern just so Hannah's like, what am I doing here? This club is beneath me. Look at Chelsea. I should go there. They anyways need fullbacks. I'll go there. I think that's my plan.
Okay,
That's
Mithila's
going
gonna
to be
be
so
back.
sad after watching this. You'll be like, this shit again. Probably start the voting thing all over again.
I know. This is because she did that voting thing. This is why I've done this. It's revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
so
you
teams in the final four. So something tells me that I want to see Chelsea and Arsenal there. All right, but then I'm thinking that there's Barcelona, Lyon, and somehow I just want to say PSG because
Yeah, for sure.
again I've been like watching them play a couple of years and couple of the players also there. So I have like 5 teams now. So I think I'll go with Arsenal, Chelsea, Barcelona, and Lyon. And
same?
Arsenal, yeah.
Okay, then can I make a quick change? I'm gonna drop Arsenal and put PSG. I think PSG will make it for sure.
Fair, I mentioned PSG.
I know. I thought you'd put them in your 4 hours. Like, should put it makes sense. We'll have
I
diversity.
was, but then I'm thinking like between if I had to choose between like the others and PSG, would PSG actually make it? So that's like
Yeah,
they
it also
probably have
depends
it,
a
but
lot
will
on the
it
draw.
like go wrong?
Fair
Yeah, it
enough.
depends on
So,
the draw.
so are you putting PSG? If not, I'll take PSG.
You know what? Like, I'm gonna take PSG. Give stick to your original.
Fine. And also, when the path, like the brackets come out, we'll refine our thing to make,
Yeah,
because they're like Barcelona, Chelsea play each other, and only one can make it, then it doesn't make sense.
of
So,
Yeah.
course. Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, I'll take Arsenal then.
yeah. Okay, done. Okay, and then talking about predictions, we were predicting the WSL matches, and I predicted West Ham to win against City, and that aged well, that
Yes,
prediction.
that aged well.
That's crazy. I mean, I wasn't even expecting. I wasn't watching the match, and then I saw a tweet, and it was like West Ham 2, City 0, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, honestly, it's just been that kind of a season for City. What else? What else to do? In fact, I saw a tweet by one of the Manchester City fan pages saying that it's not everyone's cup of tea to beat Barcelona, because last year in one of the legs they had beaten Barcelona and then still they had lost the tie. And some Arsenal fan replied saying it's not everyone's cup of tea to beat West Ham, and then they shared like a screenshot of Arsenal 9, West Ham 0, and then West Ham 2, Man City 0, and I was like, I mean, you're gonna get your legs gonna get pulled if you put that kind of performance up versus West Ham. Credit to West Ham, good on them for doing that. We got a winning vlog by Lisa, so that was fun. But yeah, look, I mean, City are, I think, out of the race already. It's too late for them.
Damn,
Definitely.
who would have thought at the beginning of the season that we'd be saying City's out of the race in like few game weeks? Crazy.
Correct.
I think Mithila initially predicted City would be like top of the league. I'll have to check.
Mithila, Mithila, this is another reason why Hannah Glass should come. Mithila doesn't know anything.
She's probably really angry at the wedding right now. Okay, but okay, so if City is not in the top three, then do you want to change your top three now in WSL?
I don't even
Hmm.
recall. I just recall saying Arsenal in the top three and Chelsea, if I'm not wrong. I think did I put Man City? I don't even remember who. I put.
I think everyone put City. I think everyone thought of
Yeah.
these two. But now it's
Yeah.
confusing. Like who's? I mean, it's Tottenham right now, but no one
Mm.
expected that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be United?
Yeah. I mean, that's the logical next step. I think a battle between United and Everton, but United are looking good apart from the Chelsea game. So I think if they continue the way they are, then Champions League for United, that'll be fun.
Wow. What do you think, Priyanka? Who's the third one?
I'm still thinking like Arsenal, Chelsea on top, and now
Yep.
that we're thinking of Man City out, I just want to see like some like either like
Brighton.
crazy, but I'm going to say Brighton. I was literally going to say Brighton. That's why I said crazy. Like a Brighton or
Yeah.
West Ham is coming from nowhere and taking a
Mm.
spot. I mean, even you have to consider United, but if they just like probably just mess up and slip up a couple of games with the big teams, I just like to see some like team coming from nowhere
Chaos.
and that's what. Yeah,
Yeah.
love to
Yeah,
see
I
that.
think Manchester Derby this weekend. So we'll have an idea of if City are actually that bad and if United can make it versus a big
Mhm.
team, and then, go from there. So that'll be fun to watch, 6 p.m.
Oh yeah, that's pretty early, right? It's usually not
Yeah,
that
it's like
early.
1:30 kickoff or 12:30. I don't know.
I think the rest of the matches were pretty much like we predicted. They were all
Hmm.
three teams winning. I think Arsenal, Chelsea, United, and Everton. Even Everton won, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Mithila's not here.
Yeah,
I think she would have said Everton for the top three.
for sure. For sure. Yeah.
I think it's going to be United. I'm more inclined to United. I like how we're not even considering Tottenham.
We're not. We don't. I don't know what's happening with them. They're on some drugs right now, but they've not played the big teams. So I'll be very shocked if they beat any of the big teams. But if they do, then let more chaos ensue. It's sort of a chaotic world, anyways, in women's football.
They beat City.
City, yeah, no, that's the whole point. Nah, I mean, to be fair, they beat City with like Rosella Ayane doing this. So what can you even say to that? The referee was like, "Yeah, okay, sure, goal." So like,
I read something that they were trying to compare, like, I mean, refereeing because Arsenal did get a lot of yellow cards in the, Champions League, and
yeah,
someone was like, it's not like the refereeing back in their league at home. So,
yeah,
yeah, they're quite stricter in the Champions League.
I think they were also asking for an offside. I don't know if Oshwala was offside in that
For one of the goals, yeah, yeah, I saw
goal.
the reaction for that.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any provision of then going back to it.
Yeah.
Yep, it's on luck.
hmm.
Cool. So before we go on to like predict next week's scores, we decided that we're gonna discuss a bit about what's happening at NWSL and the whole article. So I'll just recap for someone who doesn't know that there was an article which came in The Athletic, and it quoted two former players of NWSL accusing the coach Paul Riley of sexual coercion. And after that happened, he was fired, and subsequently, I don't know if Lisa Bird was fired or she resigned, but the reports are that she resigned. So she's also out now. But the way it has been handled and the way the players have said that they have been saying this for a really long time and nothing happened back then. Do you think that it's gonna make an impact by just firing a few people, or like it might not be the real cause of all the issue that is happening in NWSL? Do you think that this will change anything the way they've handled it?
So honestly, I've been following this, and it's just so disheartening to hear about things like this happening. Okay, because we've heard it multiple times in the world of sport, and to hear it come like again, once again in such a league where you have some of the top players playing, it's just disheartening. But yeah, as you're asking, is it going to change? I think things will change after this because it's quite a public thing. The players are standing up. They have the NWSL Players Association kind of thing, which they have put out a couple of rules that they won't follow. They want investigation. They want clarity. They want transparency. And I think they're going to fight for it now that it's become something public. People are going to talk about it. Change is going to happen, but it's going to happen very slow. And as you said, firing like the people stepping down, it's not going to do much unless they get someone who actually cares about the players to replace their position. That is important that they get someone, who's actually not going to let things happen like this again in a league, in a professional league, especially. So they've got to replace the right people in those spots, and change will happen. But I think it's going to take time. It's going to happen gradually, and I'm glad the players have just like shown so much unity, and you know they've been. You saw the matches. They've just like taken the thing at 6 minutes and stuff to show solidarity. And yeah, I just was reading a couple of the things that they are asking for now. So hope that gets done and they actually get what they deserve. And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, rather.
Yeah. I mean, like Priyanka said, it's exhausting, it's draining to even go through these articles and see that this is the reality for a league that at least personally I've been getting people into it, right? I've been saying NWSL, I've been following for a while, get into it. I've got a few friends to get a team and start repping the team, and to see this kind of like it's not even chaos. Like we use chaos as like a fun thing that's happening in Woso, but this is just it's a like crime almost is what's happening, and for it to be perpetrated for so long, to see Paul Riley be um removed from Portland Thorns and then like hung around, and then suddenly North Carolina were like, okay, join us. That should not be happening for someone who's been removed for harassment reasons. Should not even be allowed to have further employment until they've sustained whatever punishment they deserve. So to see all of this go unchecked was just shocking. I had a few requests that, do you want to come on a podcast and speak about this and stuff like that. But I was just like almost like taken aback to what do I even say? How do I even go about this? And um, I saw this interview with Mana, Alex Morgan, and Shanae, and three of them were on CNN. I think it was a 7-8 minute video. And I don't remember exactly the term that Alex used, but it was a very uh, caught my attention back then. She said something like, we don't just want to kind of speak out, we want like a systemic cleanse within the NWSL. Like we want to, be assured that there'll be protection. Some really good term she used, which made a lot of sense. I can't remember it now, but if people want to go back and watch that video, it'll clear things up for everyone also. But yeah, it's in shambles what's happening right now, and people one after the other obviously are resigning. Owners are giving up ownership, and there's clearly a revolution that's gonna take place, if not already. The seeds have been planted for that. We've seen the players come together, and matches have been postponed. Like obviously there was enough sort of mayhem within the league in terms of it's such a long league, and there's always these international breaks and stuff like that. They need to get the league over by November. Now half the clubs don't have owners or presidents or like coaches, whatever. So it's honestly a really turbulent time for the NWSL community, players, fans, staff, families of the players, everyone involved. So I think it's just important that we understand the gravity of the situation, and make sure that we do everything as fans, because in sports, fans have a lot of power, and we need to call the people who are wrong out, because it's our voice that matters. Players are like maybe 150 players in the NWSL, but there are like 150 million people who could potentially follow that, right? And um, that's why it's nice that you brought this up and that we can even talk about it here, because I think it's as simple as just calling them out, and hopefully then we have a cleanse take place very quickly.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, it's so heartbreaking to read. I mean, that article was really strong, and
Yeah.
reading that, and then subsequently other people sharing their stories, and how it's been like a whole environment that has been against women and athletes, and there hasn't been any way that they can voice out or change things, and probably it needed something like that to shake everything up, and like break this routine. So hopefully it will be like a way of getting things better and more transparent and more player friendly in the future. Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. Let's go to the predictions now.
Yep.
You want to predict the Champions League matches or just the WSL matches?
Just
Let's do
WS.
WSL. This Champions League is crazy. Like there's nothing that we'll ever say that will come true. So
Maybe you want to jinx it, like say the opposite.
I think now we've started with not predicting Champions League, so we shouldn't start in the middle. Maybe we can do like semi-final, final types.
Do you want to predict the Bayern match rather?
Yeah, 0-0 draw. Clearly, no goals for Bayern. Hannah Glass is struggling there. She should see Chelsea and maybe sort of come to England. A lot of Swedes in England already, so she'll feel right at home. Magda's the captain here. Hannah, if you're watching this, like, what else do you need, honestly?
If she asks for something, I'm sure you'll manifest it.
For sure, for sure. Whatever you need. Let's put it that way. Hannah, anything you need, I'm at your service.
Okay, cool. Okay. The first match is the Manchester Derby, so United and City.
2-1 United wins.
I'm going to say 2-0 United winning.
After the West Ham game, I think a lot of people
Yeah,
would.
I think I've just given up hope now. It's just like,
Yeah, good only, good
United
only.
winning 2-0. They're not even going to score.
Yeah.
Man, Taylor's still like very, very hopeful though. All his
Pata nahi,
things.
what tournament he wants to win, I don't know. Because Champions League is our WSL, he's no way that they're gonna win. So I have no idea what he's hopeful about. He's like academy players are too weak to play in our 11, so we'll just play with like one person in a wheelchair and like three people with fractures. Like I don't know what he's talking about, but clearly like I don't see anything happening for them.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is Chelsea and Leicester City.
6-0 Chelsea. I mean, they scored
Yeah.
six versus United, so I'm gonna say six.
Okay.
I'll just say 3-0 3-0 Chelsea.
Yeah. Clean sheet, yeah. Brighton
Yes,
and
for God's
Tottenham.
sake, please. If Leicester scores versus Chelsea, I'm done. Honestly,
They won't do.
Rana going to defend there.
I will catch a flight and go and like stand next to Magda and say, I am here to defend. Then I will actually chase Hannah Glass if this happens. Like I will actually start messaging her like, please, 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 please come.
I was gonna say you'll kidnap her, but okay.
I wish I could. I would have done it already.
Brighton and Tottenham.
Ooh, the battle of the underdogs. Hmm. 2-2.
I was just going to say 1-1 draw for some reason.
Hmm.
Like,
One
none
one
of them.
two two. Nice.
And one handball.
Hmm. Hand of Rosella God.
Okay. Reading and Aston Villa.
Villa wins 1-0.
Yeah, Aston Villa, I think I'd say 2-0.
Yeah, possible. West Ham, Birmingham.
West Ham 3-0.
Yeah, West Ham winning. I think like 2-0, maybe. I don't think they'll score.
The last one's for. I mean, I would have wanted Mitzla to predict that, but Arsenal and Everton.
Lovely. Lovely games. Mm,
3-0 Arsenal.
uh, I need a 1-1 draw. I need Arsenal to drop points. 1-1. Everton just like park the bus, sit back. Arsenal are tired from the Barcelona game. They have another midweek game. They're like, they need to rest players. We need to do this. Okay, only 55 minutes for minima. And then it ends 1-1. And I celebrate. That's what's going to happen.
I want to manifest the Tobin Heath goal.
Chalega. One goal Tobin Heath. Then one goal.
One goal
Uh,
Tobin Heath and Arsenal winning.
no, 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 no. One goal Everton also.
Oh man! But how good was it watching the matches on YouTube? That stream was really good.
Oh, yeah, I mean pre-game warm-ups we get to see like what the hell. It was awesome.
Yeah, Davin's doing a good job.
Hmm.
Cool. Let's see how it goes, and let's see
Yeah.
how the Champions League matches go. All the
Yeah.
best, Raza. Juventus.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. See you
All
next
Thank
week.
right.
you.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.